Welcome to the show. And we're going to have Jafar from Farmington Cricket Club also. So let's get into the show right now. Sajid, first thing I want to say, like, you are probably the hottest team. Everybody's talking about, like, the red hot team in Michigan T-ball right now is Troy Hawks with the 2 wins you have had so far. What are your thoughts on the overview of the first 2 games so far?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for inviting us from Troy Hawks. So I'm glad that got this opportunity and appreciate for that. So as you know, like we played contenders in last Michigan Cup.
Okay.
So we started as a new team, even though we know Troy Hawks has been there for long here on T-ball format. So we started rebuilding in 25. So we played in contenders in 25, and we reached into playoffs.
Yep.
And following up with FCC tournament Colors Cup, and we became champions. So eventually we felt it like team has achieved enough experience and confident to go into higher level.
Okay.
So we want to challenge ourselves to play against some of the like stronger team. So that's why we decided to play in challengers this year. And we got some of the experienced players also included in our team. So our team looks very balanced. First 2 games, what you were talking about, first game we had against Reds. So pretty much both teams we dominated start of the tournament. So in first game we lost the toss. We elected to we have given bowling first. So we got very good start, and then we got early wickets also, and we restricted them below 90 runs.
Okay.
So in GSP, in summer, in good weather, it's not a big score to chase. So we have very depth batting, so we have confidence that it's can be chased with the talent we have in our team. So we lost a couple of early wickets, but we believe that that we are in the game from starting. So we have batting until like last man. We have 11, 12 batsmen, so we have depth in batting. So we achieved comfortably the win in 19th over.
Okay.
So that was good start for this year in challengers. And then next game we had against Fighters is also a very good team.
Yep.
And we played against them in few games before in FCC also. We know very balanced team, very good team. And there we won the toss. And you know, day-night games, it's mostly team want to bat first in DSP grounds.
Yep.
It's a good batting grounds, so flat pitches. So we got very good start, and we put on the scoreboard like big score, and it's very challenging to chase the bowling which we have in Troy Hawks, like very disciplined bowling, and we restricted them around 120. So we won with around 40.
Pretty
runs.
convincing win for you guys.
Convincing win. Both games we won comfortably. It's very good start for us, which gave us a confidence to go forward in this tournament. So it's a tough tournament. It's going to be challenge ahead. So we want to stay consistent and follow our process. What we are trying to achieve in this tournament, we stick to our plan, and we'll try to do good in future also.
It's perfect. I mean, I think the first point which you mentioned that right now, of course, you guys have been playing in contenders for a very long time. The fact that you won it in winter, and again, the fact that you said like we want the challenge, we're gonna accept, we want to play to the higher level.
Right.
I think that deserves a little bit of giving you credit for that. I think that's a brilliant decision. I think a lot of the teams probably would scare away from that as soon as Michigan Cup comes. It's an easier option to say let's play in contenders with the team you have and try to win it. But you've taken up the challenge for that, so it's definitely credit to you guys on that. The next question I was going to ask you, like when you look at the squad, I think a lot of the players, of course, Troy Hawks has been playing for a very long time. Some of your players are always going to be with you. But I see like we have a couple of new players brought into the team also, like Shashank Gowda or Soumit or Sainath. What was your pitch, or what did you tell them about coming to Troy Hawks and asking them to play for your team or something? Like what was your telling them to come and play for us, we have a chance to win? How did you guys convince them to come and play for your team?
Yeah, I played with Shashank and Soumit before also. So I reached them. Troy Hawks, like well-known team, and we maintain the culture of it's like a family. So we wanted to grow our family.
Okay.
So we reached to players to make it more balanced in both batting and bowling side. So we approached these experienced players. So when we are going in challengers, so we wanted to have some experience who already played in the challengers or bigger, highest level of tournaments, right? So we wanted to have that experience also to get. We can also get their experience and implement those in our game. So in field also, it's very helpful. Like we get so much inputs from Somit, Shashank, and Sainath, and we also added Sai Karodi.
Yep.
So Rizwan is also added this year, first time in our squad. So eventually we are trying to grow also as a family, and we are balancing each game. Depends on our availability of players, like having balanced bowling, batting. So we are trying to get balanced team each game based on the limited roster, which we have in Michigan Cup.
No, I understand 100%.
With limited points.
Yep.
So,
yeah, go ahead, Rafa.
To chime on to that, right? Like Troy Hawks, for example, is one of the long-standing teams. Like they have traveled through several years just with FCC. You guys play in other leagues as well. Like, so consistently playing across a certain set of roster for so long, and eventually you come into this year, like last year Michigan Cup, you ended up being the semi-finalist in Contenders Division. Like this year, going into challenges, like you have made some good amount of, like I can see like at least like the names you mentioned, 4 to 5 roster positions. How hard is it to get these individual to sync with what is the core of Troy Hawks and your older players, like someone like Mustafa Malik, Santosh, and everyone, to gel in with these new folks? Like you probably would have played individually with them in other teams, but to get them into Troy Hawks and then get into playing with them as a one team and getting to manage all these guys, how hard has that been, and like what are the challenges behind that?
Right, like Troy Hawks culture is like as I mentioned, it's like a family. So we when we get the players, we plan for long term.
Okay.
So it's not like for this tournament we get some players, for that tournament we get them players. So we play with same players with different tournaments, like in T-ball, TCL, FCC, even other short tournaments, also weekend tournaments. So we keep our core players together. So we more like having positive environment within our team, and play with the same set of players, having core players together always. And in the meantime, we also, since there are so many tournaments going parallelly, so sometimes we get challenged to get players, like one day we have 2 games, 3 games. So we want to have enough players to accommodate different tournaments in same day if there is happened. Like last year also happened, like we played a couple of games with 7 players. So because we had DCL same day, we had this. So having bigger roster, it's always help. So we have like Troy Hawk roster, which have like 25 members, but in FMI Cup we have 18, in DCL we have 25. Like we balance it.
Out.
So we give equal opportunity to each player. So it's not like if we add some players, so it's the 4 members are like. So we are balancing. Even in DCL also we are playing in division. So there also we are facing tougher team. So we balance here and there. So it's we don't have like extra players, but within whatever we have, we are trying to manage between different tournaments.
Perfect. Yeah.
So that will help us. Getting these players, like new players, will always help us to make a balanced teams in different tournaments.
Perfect. I think when you said about when you spoke about the first 2 games you have had, when you look at the scorecard and everything, to me when I looked at it, it's like the first game was kind of more like a bowling performance when you restricted them to 80, 85, and the second game you got like 160 runs.
Right.
So if you had to, as a captain, pick which is your stronger side, you would have to say, like, is it the batting which is generally stronger, bowling? What do you feel as a unit? Which
As a
is your
captain, I feel it's a team performance, right? We as a team performed well. We executed our plans. So as I mentioned, it's a balanced team. So we got bowling first. So we shown our disciplined bowling,
Okay.
and we executed plan what we trying to achieve. So I'm very happy that team is achieved that what we planned. So we got early wicket. We restricted within what we thinking to stop them the run rate which
Okay.
we wanted to stop them. So that's perfect plan. So when we start bowling first. So when we batting first, we want always like give bigger score to opponent. So have a big number on the board to give some pressure to the chasing team. So both games are equally important for us. So it's not like each win has a special. It will bring special learnings.
Okay.
So for me, both games are equally important.
I agree. What about you, Jafar? If you had to, like, when you see my point, like when you say, like, do you think is there more like a batting strong, heavy team or a bowling dominant team? What is your analysis on that for the first two games?
I think, to be honest, like to back up what Sajid Bhai just mentioned, they have a great set of all-rounders. So whoever has been pitching in with the bat are equally capable of pitching in with the ball on a completely different day. So I think they are quite balanced there. But if I had to pick between their batting and the bowling, I think they bat really deep.
Okay.
Just looking at the scorecards of few games, like someone like Soumit can be considered an opener, like go out there in the power play, hit. But they, what stood out for me was like how good they used him at that number 5, number 6 role. Like closer towards the end, when the start was good, he was able to go out there, play freely, and showcase what it is. And someone like Sai Karodi and everyone, Mustafa Malik, Rizwan, all those guys chipping in, right? Like with the bat. Like I think their batting lineup is quite deep there. That's what I would say their stronger
Okay.
suit is. So in the future games, like if they can keep imposing targets, it would be really hard for any team to chase it down, because they do have quite a set of bowling lineup, and even if one or two of them have a bad day, they have equally capable bowlers who can chip in with 4 overs. So even though the bowling is in the stronger side, but I think the batting can be the defining factor for them to go a long way in the tournaments. So like a key to teams from what I've noticed, I'd say put them to into the bowling first.
Okay.
So they can get into pressure while batting. If you are a team which can put them under the chasing pressure, I think the opponents might have a good chance against them. But yeah, like to summarize it, like I think the batting is the strongest
thing. All right. Sajid, I want to get back to you. Like, I don't want any diplomatic answer on this, but the straight answer: which win gave you the most satisfaction, the Reds win or the Fighters win? Considering they are very good teams, you beat both of them back-to-back wins. Which win gave you the most satisfaction?
So I'll answer in different way. Like, which game I enjoyed more?
Okay,
That's
sure,
what I will say. Like, I enjoyed more playing against Fighters. Like we played against them. Like it's a very good team to play against, and they show very good sportsmanship on the field. So we always love to play against them. So even we win or lose, like any day, it's up that day. Any team can perform, right? But having good feeling after the game, playing against such a good sportsmanship team, so it gives like better satisfaction.
All right.
So we try to have fun, enjoy it. It's weekend, go there and perform, and same time like come with happy mood and.
No, that's 100%. I mean,
That's something I love about Sajid Bhai's attitude. Like whenever I played against him, he's like cool. Like during batting, he'll just keep sending people in and just watching from the dugout. Like he's like just too close to the dugout though. Like he stands right behind the keeper and he's like keeps motivating, but always a fun-loving person. Like I got a couple of chances to play against him. Absolutely loved it. Yeah.
no, I can agree with his point also. The fact that when we're playing with a team where it's they're also having fun. It's like a weekend. Everybody is giving their 3 hours on the pitch, and everybody is there to have fun. Yes, you want to win, but you also a little bit having a little jovial side of it also helps being there. So I think definitely. So I think one of the questions I wanted to ask you is again, we've spoken about the fact that I've had 2 good wins. Do you feel like a little bit pressure on you guys moving into the rest of the tournament? The next, I know there's still a lot of games to go and everything, but it's gonna be obvious. Like teams are gonna look for your games now. Okay, like Troy Hawks, let's make sure that's a team to watch out for. Do you think you have a little pressure on you moving forward?
Yeah, of course, pressure will be there. The tournament like MI Cup in challengers, but we want to be positive and believe in our process and focus on our process and keep improving and take one game at a time and of course have fun and enjoy the game. So that's the mantra, what you call So that's what we are trying to do, like just take one game at a time.
Perfect. And the next question I was going to ask you was your next game is against DMS, right? I don't think they've played a game yet. I think with the scheduling, they haven't played a game yet. You guys have played already 2 games. Is there any specific plans to that for them looking forward to the next game for you guys?
As of now, like any team is equally important for us to play against them. We don't take any team easily. So every team we believe like it's a stronger team in challenger. So we stick to our strength. We focus on our consistency and we maintain our discipline. So we go with what we have our strengths. And again, like given day, so instead of focusing on other team's strength, weakness, so we more focus on where we can improve, what are our strengths, or where we can put other team in pressure. So that's what we go with each game.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to do a little bit of a rapid fire with you right now. And again, it's all questions about your team itself, so you don't have to hesitate. I'm sure your players are going to be okay with your answers. Then the first thing I'll go with, we have to pick the best bowler in your team currently. Who would you go with? You can pick yourself too, yes.
Like everyone is different.
Not be diplomatic.
Yeah, this is a rapid fire, so
Rapid
there's
fire.
a quick, no explanations.
One word answer.
So I'll pick in a way like when I feel like I need help or team is in trouble, so I look for bowler, like I look towards Mustafa. Always.
Okay, Mustafa, perfect. Who would you say is your most selfless player?
Most selfless player, very tough. All are selfless players.
Rapid fire, yeah.
Rapid fire.
So I'll take Atish name. So
Okay.
he come down the order. He take any pressure, any game, like So any situation you put him, he's cool. He's like he performs.
Performs well.
What we expect during pressure games.
Perfect. Who's the player in your team who's always positive, irrespective of how the game is going? Always positive.
Okay, I can't take my name.
You can definitely take your name, 100% yes.
So always positive. I think Yogesh, he supports most of the time, even if it's like going not in our way. Like he come and give motivation to player. Yeah, he's positive. Like there are multiple players.
No, I agree.
But
No, I agree, 100%. So I think one of the next questions is, who's a player which always have the captain ever trouble with? He always comes late to the games.
Oh, we had big discussion in our team. So, like currently, first 2 games, like in team, there are players like I call them like I don't call everyone, but game day I'll call those players like
Names. We need names on the show.
So I usually call Fahad and Revan before I start from my home.
You just gotta give them a call like, hey, I've already started, so please make
Where
sure
are
you are also
Are you
starting.
started?
Yeah, I think every team has that. I'm sure they came to the ground, but little push here and there. Who is a player on your team who sledges the most?
Oh, now I can take my name, but now become captain, so I can't do that. I enjoy it because I grew up with playing gully cricket.
Yes.
It's fun, like that's part of having fun, So, but yeah, I'm trying to control since I am. I think all other players are like very disciplined, like they focus on their game. So.
No, perfect. Yeah, thank you so much for that. That was fun playing that with you. So I think again, for my remarks for Troy Hawks, I would say that definitely the fact that not just because you guys have won the first 2 games, the fact that you've taken the challenge to play in challenges, I think that tells a lot about your team culture and the way you're progressing. I think that's like a big kudos to your team. So I hope you guys have a good season rest of the tournament. And Jafar, you have anything to add to that?
Sure. Yeah. Like first of all, kudos for your first 2 victories. Hope the rest of the tournament goes well for you. But before we close out, right? Like I don't want to jump the gun. Like Troy Hawks, like I said, has been a long-standing team with a big history. How important is a role from someone like Santosh, who probably played a vital role in establishing this team
Right.
on its initial stages? And I know it takes a lot of hard work from the captain, the people manager. A lot of times they won't get the opportunities to bat or ball, but they still give the heart for the team. So I don't want to miss out talking about someone like that. So
Yeah. Thanks for asking this question. Yeah, Santosh sir is our like mentor, coach, and youngest player. Like on field, if you see like his athletic, like the way he feels.
No, 100%. I've played with him a couple of times. Very, very energetic.
It's amazing, and I'm thankful that like I joined Troy Hawks in 24, and we started rebuilding in 25, and we started playing together in different tournaments, and we reached most of the tournaments in playoffs, and we won championship. And Santosh sir always supported me, and like he had trust in team and so in my captaincy. So very thankful for Santosh sir. But he is the one, like the question which you asked about how you convince the Sai Nath and Sai
Somit
Karoli
and all
and
these people,
Somit
yep.
and all. He is the one who usually reach to the players, and he is the one who plan the roster. He look into the balance in the team. He is the brain behind the Troy Hawks success.
Operation, yep.
So it's everything like goes through. He always think about cricket as team Troy Hawks. So that's amazing personality. So
Yeah, thank you so much for Raja for bringing that up also, and hopefully we can get him on the show sometime. You know, if the
I asked him
Yeah.
for this show,
Yeah.
so he's traveling, so he's
Okay.
out this weekend. So maybe when we get opportunity, so Santosh sir will join. for sure.
Definitely, I think that'd be
yeah,
perfect.
we'll keep having this show through the playoffs. So
Yeah.
hopefully you guys
First
make
thing,
it
like
to the
I
playoffs
asked
and we'll have
Jafar,
your
like
captains here.
let me check with Santosh sir, and he's traveling. So
Okay.
Definitely. Thank you. Like I said, thank you so much for taking the time for joining us
yeah,
today.
thank
We
you
really
for
appreciate it.
giving this opportunity. Yeah.
And like I said, good luck for your team throughout the tournament. I know this is just the beginning, so hopefully you guys continue this form throughout the regular season and also in the playoffs. So thank you so much, guys. So we're gonna take a quick break over here. Just before we go on the break, I want to talk to you guys about a little bit of the ads we could run on this show. Again, I know like a lot of the people playing in this tournament have like their own businesses and stuff. We have a great opportunity for you to promote these businesses. As you can see on the screen, there is a chance for you to for $1 we can run ads for you on this show, like when during the breaks and stuff. There is live streaming available. There is CricSwitch is also providing you with leg umpiring angles and like highlights of the game packages and stuff. Of course, there's a number at the bottom. Jafar, everybody knows him. Please contact him if you want to get into little bit more details about what you can use CricSwitch for. So we look forward to that. But other than that, we're gonna come back to you on the other side of this break. So we'll see you in a minute. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So like we said, we are gonna do a little bit of a preview of some of the, little bit of analysis of some of the games we had last week. We had 8 games in total last weekend. Some of them, very thrillers. Some of them was a close encounters and stuff. So let's go over them with our host over here. We have Kamal back on the show with us. Welcome back, Kamal. Of course, we're gonna have Jafar on the show for the rest of the show also. So let's get into this, guys. I mean, match 13 of the tournament was between Keys with Krishna and Nizamabad Farmers. Of course, we had Keys with Krishna captain here last week, and he said that the team balance is very good, and this is I think what he was talking about. Last week we had a couple of different match winners, and this week we see that they have a completely different new match winner, Ravi Teja, batting and bowling really well for their team. What are your analysis of this game? I think I'll start with Jafar on this.
So to start off with, I'm a little surprised, right? Like, I mean, a new team coming together, to go against seasoned teams like Fearless 11 in week 1, and now another Nizamabad Farmers, who I think had pretty much their whole lineup. It's kind of good to see these new teams coming up and running and showing that they are here to compete, rather than going into the shell. And how the matches progress, it was kind of a standalone show from Ravi Teja.
Yep.
Like the way he started with this bat, they were kind of on the struggle, like losing a couple of wickets early in the second over of the innings, and then for them to keep stitching small partnerships together, like Ravi completely held one end up to get things going for Keys with Krishna to set up a decent total on board. So for them to start off there and then coming into Nizamabad Farmers, right, they absolutely rocked them up early with like losing 5 wickets less than for less than 30 runs.
Okay.
So they completely shelled them with the ball. So looks like Keys with Krishna is a very strong team with the ball, like consistently picking up those early wickets. And it's kind of a spread wicket show. They have like in the first game and now as well, like it has been. The wickets column has been shared by all the bowlers.
Yep, that's
so correct. And everyone are equally economical as well. It's not like 2 are like bowling at 2 economy rate, and then there are like they are balancing out elsewhere with their 5th bowler, 6th bowler. So it looks like a very composed team and seems to be a very statement victory here. Now onwards, like I think the teams will be looking at this name and will want to kind of be well prepared and not take it anymore as a newer team kind of a picture.
No, 100% agree. Like you said, the point about the economy rates also, right? I mean, some of the teams you could say like, hey, let's try and keep this bowler away. We can target the rest of them. But I don't think that's going to work against Keys with Krishna. Kamal, what do you think of this game?
Yeah, I mean, Jafar pretty much explained complete game. So yeah, one performance of 50, individual performance of 50 always leads the game to the right side of the result. So Ravi Teja played excellent innings. So yeah, as Jafar mentioned, right, throughout the innings wickets were falling, but one end he maintained the good strike rate. I think in the end he was close to 100, so that's a really good strike rate, even though wickets. And Sai Pratap, I think he joined somewhere after 5 wickets down or 6 wickets down. So yeah, that partnership also helped to reach I can say winning score of 80, 90 plus or something. So and other team like Nizamabad Farmers, they played well compared to last week. They really performed well, and they had opportunity to win the game throughout the game. I think they could not grasp that opportunity when it really mattered. I think we know there was one partnership, so that time they were in the game till like last 5 overs. I think last 5 overs they need 30 runs or something.
Okay.
I think so that is still game. Could have won even that time. So then they fell 20 runs short. So yeah, hopefully next game they may come back. But yeah, I mean, man of the match performance Ravi Teja. So he did a terrific job with the bat and game set.
And just to add on to that, right, like I think where the game kind of slipped away for Nizamabad Farmers was they started really good with the ball, like picking up those early wickets. But once their usual approach is to kind of contain in the middle overs with Suman.
Okay.
But I believe, like, just looking at the numbers, like looks like Ravi Teja probably rotated him really well. Taking on Suman for like 4 overs for 25 is actually
A very
a
good
win.
yeah.
And just like he took 1 wicket, like that probably kept putting pressure on them. So that's their usual game approach, where they strike early at the top and then back it up with Suman in the middle overs. Like they tighten things up with that left arm spin, but that quite didn't seem to work out for them at the particular day, and that's probably where the game slipped away and they
Got a
went
few 10 extra
from,
runs or something. Yeah,
instead
that
of
probably
wrapping up at 75 or something, the total went to 100.
100. Makes sense, 100%. So we're going to move on to the next game of this weekend, which we had was the Thunderbolts versus SSK. Always a good rivalry. So in this game, we saw SSK come out of the winning side with two very good performances, a 50 in the same game and also a 5-wicket haul. I think this is going to be a good, difficult to give the player of the match on this, but I think Priyesh has got the man of the match with his 5 for 11. So Kamal, will start with you on this. What are your thoughts on this game?
Sure. Yeah. So this is a challengers game. Thunderbolts and SSK pretty much similar teams, are pretty evenly matched teams. So I think SSK lost the first game, so they had to win this game. Thunderbolts playing their first game. To start with, bowling, right? Prabhakar, he did a terrific job, and he took like first 5 wickets, and he kept them like maybe 10 overs, 30 for 5 or something. Then they tried to recover. So at some stage, I think Thunderbolts were 57, 58 for 7. So that time they had opportunity, where SSK has opportunity to kill the game and make it like less than 75, maybe 70, 75, because they have 2 overs of Priyesh and 2 overs of, or 2 or 1 over Priyesh and Prabhakar, Kalyan, right? Prabhakar, yeah. So, but yeah, I think they didn't go for the kill. I think they could have done that, so that could have been little less runs to chase. That could have been costly in the end, but fortunately for the batting, Saran, right? So he did like terrific job. It's a 50. Is any opening 50, chasing 90 runs is always very comfortable. Sanjay had an excellent hand in their partnership. At one point, game is slowly slipping away. I think 1 over, Sanjay hit a couple of sixers, so that turned the game. That's probably the decisive over of the game. But in the end, Saran, right? So Saran Raj. So he just, I mean, for me, taking 5 wickets, Priyesh did excellent job. Priyesh is a magical spinner. I think 50 runs scoring is tougher than taking 5 wickets. That's what I feel, especially under lights and all. So I mean, for me, Saran is the man of the match, but equally kudos to Priyesh as well. Yeah.
Jafar, what are your thoughts on this one?
So this one, right? Like it's like Kamal mentioned, like this was a very close game, equally matched teams, but just for the sheer power of Thunderbolts, like how often they have been playing in this Champions Division, like they always end up playing the higher division. They
never choose to play
on
division.
the lower division, irrespective of their roster limits and stuff. So I expected them to like kind of pull up things, and like they were the runners-up of Michigan Cup 2025. They played in the final, and for them to not have a great start, it's kind of surprising for me. And I'll start with the Thunderbolts run through and then get to the SSK. I felt like Thunderbolts was quite confused with their batting order. Like they added Swarna Rahul pretty much towards the middle of the week. Him getting included, he played a brilliant knock of 33 of 23. Like even though they lost like couple of early wickets, like they were like 3 for 2 in 3 overs. And then Swarna Rahul played a counter-attacking innings with that 33 of 23. That was a perfect time for a very good anchor to have gone in there and kind of took the game along with him. So Mithilesh again, like, is someone who has done so well for them, playing at number 6, number 7, like that finisher role, who can go in from that 14 to 20 over and kind of take the game on. So I was kind of surprised why would they send him in at at the end of the second over, third over, when they were 2 wickets down. And it kind of showed up in the batting scorecard that they kept losing wickets, and that batting order looks a little jumbled. Like Santosh Reddy playing so lower in the order, and Raghu Kumar, like he's a very good left-hander. So when someone from the caliber of Swarna Rahul is playing so well, right? Like it's very nice if there could be a lefty just to throw things more off for the bowlers and make it even harder for the bowlers. So it would have been ideal for either of them to have gone there to stabilize on the other side. So I think Thunderbolts missed the big trick on the batting front over there, kind of losing focus. And even that being said, like they did end up having a pretty decent score on board.
Okay.
And having SSK in the run, like they were 29 for 5 in 9 overs, chasing a big score. They kind of led the game from there. Like again, like the bowling changes and everything, like it didn't look consistent. So I think it was kind of an off day in decision making for Thunderbolts particularly. So they would like want to kind of reconvene there and kind of get their batting lineup, and the usage of someone like Deepak Bhaskaran with both bat and the ball is going to be crucial. So coming quickly to SSK, like a great win for them, great 2 points. This will give them a great amount of confidence. And again, like the bowling front, they kind of, like Kamal mentioned, they could have actually sealed this for earlier, but it looked like they were trying a few different options and kind of lead a few runs there. But again, kudos to Priyesh. If I had to pick one player to watch out for before the game, it would have been 100% Priyesh. He has been in good form. He has been chipping away with wickets economically. And Kalyan has also chipped in with a brilliant opening spell. Like that opening spell kind of paved the way for Priyesh to go through and get things done.
Yeah, I mean, 4 overs for 7 runs is just insane.
Exactly.
I mean, that kind of economy puts so much pressure on the batting order. So.
And at that point, they have to take down the middle overs, and that kind of probably gave Priyesh the opportunities for the wickets. And coming to batting, like it was kind of a one-man show. Like them losing so much early wickets for Saran just stood like a wall. Like I'd say like 53 or 66 balls. Like it can look like a very slow innings, but it got the job done. To be playing 11 overs of batting in a T-ball game, that by itself shows he has a good defense. He keeps watching the ball, so he attacked at the right time. And a good partnership with Sanjay sealed them the win. Like this should give a lot of confidence for SSK.
Perfect, yeah. I mean, I think you mentioned also that Thunderbolts was the finalist last year, right? I mean, it's a kind of like, I think both the finalists have lost the first game this season, right?
Yeah.
So I think that shows you also like how tough the competition is. Also the fact that the 2 finalists last year have started off the tournament with a loss. But yeah, let's keep moving on. Like I said, like we're gonna move on to the 15th game of this week. We just had the Troy Hawks captain over here. We just spoke about the win against the Fighters. 160 runs on the board with 2 50s from Soumit and Mustafa. I think this is the third 50 the team has already got in 2 games they've played. So I think the batting has been clicking. But I think we'll start with Kamal. What do you think of this brilliant performance from the Troy Hawks?
Yeah, Troy Hawks continued their good form. They had a great start with the first game, so they continued that same form. So they're a very confident team at this point. So to measure that, right? So we have Mustafa Malik batting first, of course. So less pressure compared to first game. So yeah, he scored 50, very useful 50 to start with and settle the innings well for Soumit to launch, and Soumit just destructive innings, like 20 ball 50 is like the next level innings. So the strike rate of 190 in the end, yeah, it has to be the game changer. So I think that sealed the deal. I think there are some useful contribution. I think yeah, a couple of your Rizwan did well as well to start with. So yeah, then Fighters. Yeah, Fighters is a really good team. I think a couple of overs there were 3 sixers hit by Soumit. So that's when game started slipping away from Fighters. Other than that, I think Shiva Ganesh, so he bowled well. I think he took 4 wickets for Fighters. But at the end of the day, the score was little like 160 is sort of a bit too much. We saw, I think Stingers chased that many runs in the first week, so we could have expected similar or that performance needed to win the game. But like Troy Hawks bowling is always tight and tidy. I think from ball 1, I think they were on the money. I think in the end they scored 120. I think Fighters scored 120, so maybe lost by 40 runs. Arjun played scored some useful runs, and there are some chip-aways. So, but in the end, Troy Hawks is a complete performance to win this game and have registered the second win. Yeah.
Perfect. Jaffer, will go to you on this one. A big win for Troy Hawks. What are your insights on this one?
A big win, right? Like this should be a statement win, like taking on Phoenix Red, another favorites in Fighters who had just won a tournament coming in fresh. So these two wins should take Troy Hawks' confidence to a different level. And more than the last game, this game, like there was contributions from different individuals, and different individuals stepped up. Like we spoke already about the contributions from Mustafa and Saumit. There was a very key contribution from Rizwan opening the batting. He started with a very steady hand of 15 runs, and then to back it up with his bowling in the middle overs, that kind of killed the game. That was a very useful all-round performance in the middle. But to add on to their batting, right, like the reason I said they were a firepower, like with Shashank there who scored 50 in the first game, and there are two more guys who scored 50 plus scores. It's just looking like a very threatening batting lineup, and individuals like Sai Karodi, and they can also chip in big time as well. Like, and the main key thing for them to take away from here is going to be how consistent can they get Saumit to be. He is a very good hitter, yes, but can he keep these performances coming over a range of the 8 games? That probably might define how Troy Hawks bat deep, because even if he performs this way for 3 games, that's six points guaranteed when he gets
100%.
going. So
I think one thing also to notice from his innings, I think, was he got 57. He got 9 sixes. That's 54 runs right there. 54 runs of 57 is it's like what 95% of the runs have come in sixes itself. That's like a Suryavanshi innings or something like that. But
that's
that is
not
just
like
insane.
running basically.
He's not running. He's not running anywhere. So
played with him a couple of times, like in leather ball, like so. He's a good hitter, like really good striker of the cricket ball, like. So for like I said, like I wish he was more consistent. Like it's a treat to watch those kind of batters score runs. So if he's consistent, it will be great for Troy Hawks. Just rounding up quickly for Fighters, they did play their part. Like it just was too much runs. Like I think once Troy Hawks got to 160, in spite of Siva Ganesh, his 4 wickets. They were always behind the game. They started decently with Arjun, who is a very good player. Like I think he's a very offside dominant player. So he, with this 2-run rule everywhere, I think he's making
that is making a big difference in all these games.
With consistently hitting that safe offside zones. But I think they would have changed the batting order a bit. Like I don't remember seeing Gunny going so up in the order. It's probably to get the chase in play, so it kind of messed up their plans once they saw the 160. So, but nevertheless, scoring 120 on the fight back is not too bad. Like did save a little bit of run rate for them, net run rate. So hopefully they can bring it up back from the next game.
100%. I think I agree with you when you spoke about that 2D run rule. Also, I think the first 2 weeks, one thing we have noticed is that the average number of runs each team is getting got a little bit higher with the 2D run rule everywhere now. I think the teams which are chasing also have to keep that in mind, that probably 120 is not as like big score or something like that. Probably like 100 score, which was like last year. I think that's one thing we might see more of this year. Moving on to the next game of this week, match 16, we have the Michigan Avengers versus the Falcons 11. Falcons 11 getting a win of 2 wickets. Close one there. What do you think of this one, Kamal?
So Michigan Avengers, they're batting well, but they could not defend the scores. So first week they lost even after scoring 160 plus, and this game 111. It's a good score to defend. I think they need to pull their socks up. Tanmay, Raghav. They contributed to score 111. So I think they should have been on the right side, maybe in one of these games, right? So, but I think Abhi bowling is one thing that restricted them. It could have been even more. Abhi did well. So good job.
Thank you.
So and chasing point of view, they keep. The Falcons 11 is a positive team, so they don't bog down any time like thinking about too many things. So they just really bat. So that's the one reason, like 111, they were able to comfortably achieve in the end, even though it shows like 19.4 in the last over finish. But there was a little tense environment, I'm sure. But yeah, I think they have enough time to achieve that result. So I think there were useful contributions throughout, and there were like few wickets lost in the finishing stages. That's when probably some pressure could have been. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, little comfortable than it shows.
Yeah, it's definitely tense. I'll tell you that much. It was definitely tense in the last 3-4 overs. Jafar, what are your observations from this game?
So for me, this was the game of the week. Like it was not going that way for a certain time. Like like was following the game with the live scores on Cricket Clubs, and it seemed like Falcons was going to chase it with ease, but like just to add on to what Kamal said, right? Michigan Avengers, like they have been batting so well, and the highest score in the game was 25, and you end up with 111 being chased. It shows how consistently each batter has chipped in and did their part to from both the teams. So Michigan Avengers, the critical thing for them going forward would be to put these two losses behind them, and them to keep doing what they are doing with the bat and figure out how to add that
distract the
one
batsman.
good spell in their ball which can change their game on their part. I think that's a minor tweak.
Okay.
While doing that, I just hope their batting does not start to falter. So teams tend to do that, like when they go through a couple of losses, they try to focus on what didn't go for them and kind of fail in the other aspect of it. So hopefully Michigan Avengers can work on it and kind of come back. But coming back to the game, like Falcons 11, like they seemed like they were chasing it with ease when Saurav, right? Yeah, Saurav.
Yes.
He came up with a brilliant maiden over in the 17th over of the innings, 16th or the 17th over of the innings. What is supposed to be like a 3-run per over chase, and with 5 wickets in hand, like they were going hands down with all set to look like with 3-4 overs to spare kind of a thing. Like they went into a shell. That shows how much one good over can make the difference. That over went through with a complete maiden over. Then every over after that kept chipping away with wickets, and that's where it got tense towards the end. Like, and it had to go to the last over, and fortunately for Falcons 11, the nerves prevailed. And good bowling and good all-round performance from you, like chipping in with the player of the match performance with both bat and ball. Like, so this should give a good confidence win for Falcons 11, taking it forward for the tournament. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I think definitely, like I said, like you guys observed, like it was tense at the end, but glad we pulled it out. So I think we're going to take a quick break over here, guys. On the other side of this break, we have the rest of review of the rest of the 4 games of this weekend, and we'll look at the points table to see which team is standing where. So I'll take a quick break over here, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Hello guys, welcome back to the show. We're gonna review some of the rest of the games of the previous week. We're gonna go with the Spartans versus the Michigan Mavericks. The captain standing up in this game with a brilliant, 76. I was looking at it. This was Ishwar's, highest score in T20s for FCC tournaments. Brilliant performance from the captain, leading from the front. What do you guys think of this one, Jafar? I'll start with you.
So this one, right, like it's a very good feeling to see from the outside when players like Ishwar, who has put his heart into the team, like has built it from scratch, like getting players together. They do a lot of work in the background. Like I'm sure you know about that, working with Falcons 11, Kamal with his own team as well. So it's nice to see when the OG players, if I may say that, for the team like does well and gets the spotlight on them. They don't often do that, like because they end up giving everyone the opportunity. So it's nice to see Ishwar's name up there. And this was a very, it was given, right? Like the experts last week predicted this was going to be a easy game for the Spartans, and it turned out to be that way. It was a very statement win. They were going on par with the score progresses. Things were going as normal. They were going at around 5-6 runs per over. Then there was this one over from, I think it was Karthik Tamana, where Ishwar absolutely went berserk with 3 6s and a 4 in that over, costing 27 runs in that over. Like that kind of changed the momentum of the innings, and which could have been a 130 140 target ended up being a 179 target. And once that amount of score was posted, Michigan Mavericks were always going to struggle being in the game. But again, like Spartans, I think their stronger suit is their bowling, led by Sachal.
Yep.
For them to have scored that much, it was a walk in the park after that, like to come back with taking the wickets and wrapping things up early with a 53 all out. A big win.
Big win. I mean, I think I would have to agree. I think this is probably one of the biggest wins outdoor we have seen, with 125 runs by winning by. That's a huge margin, which is, going to boost their run rate up so much that eventually, all these tournaments is going to come down to here and there. Few spots, run rate is always going to come into the picture. So a game like this definitely helps their run rate also. Kamal, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's a big win, huge win for Spartans. So Captain Ishwar, so I'm happy for him. Highest score, 50, all 76 is like 150 strike rate is a great innings. Especially the outdoor fields, right? So when one team score 178, it's very tough to chase. I think what I see from Ishwar, like he's growing in confidence game by game. I see he's playing very positively nowadays, so I can see that strike rate going high. Earlier days, I see it's always more defensive now, but now he's more expressive. There are some other good contributions in the team to support him, like whoever did
I think Vamshi did well, Abhilash did well.
Yeah, yep. Vamshi, Abhilash. Yeah. So that's what the team is now. This Spartans team, young. I mean, of course, the bottom of it, right? So there are a lot of young 20, 25-year-old kids. So they have, and also bowling, you see them, right? So Sachal is there, they're the kingpin. So it's very hard, even, 70 runs, 80 runs is tough. So it's 170, 180 is huge. So Michigan Mavericks, so they have a decent bowling attack. Jana is there, Dhanraj. Karthik is also a good bowler. So there are good Pawan. So there are good bowlers are there, but I think they need to bring their A game to district teams. Where they can the batting team can achieve those results. So they need to pull their socks up. Yeah, good win, big win. Yeah.
Yeah, big win, and definitely, like you said, like all of us echoed the same emotion. Definitely happy for Ishwar. The captain has really done well, and hopefully his form continues. And just to add a quick word on Michigan Mavericks, I mean, I know the scorecard might suggest it, but I feel they're a much better team than that with the players they have. I'm sure, in the next following games, they'll pull up their socks and give us a better performance to talk about. We're going to move on to the next game of the weekend. We had the Giants taking on the Karnataka Warriors. Like, the predictions were last week that this is also could be a one-sided game. That's kind of way it turned out, with the Karnataka Warriors getting their second win of the season in 13 overs. I'll start with Kamal on this. You predicted it's going to be a win for Karnataka Warriors. It has been so.
Karnataka Warriors is a dominant team. But Giants did well. I think they could have scored a little more runs, like maybe 71 is a little too less. Maybe 85, 90 could have been like, at least they could have a better chance of making an upset. But yeah, so Amit batted well throughout their innings. So it's a bowling point of view to restrict them 71, right? So I think they keep losing wickets. That's what I see happening for games. So that's the reason they could not score. In the end, I think the Shashank, right? Shashank scored decent. So that's the reason at least they scored 70. Bowling end, so the bowling end also. They try to restrict them somewhere in the middle, and they keep pitching wickets, but 71 is too low on one end. Amit was playing well, so yeah, in the end, it's comfortable win for Karnataka Warriors.
Perfect, Jafar. Any other thoughts on this one?
So it's a tough one for Giants, right? Like, so Karnataka Warriors, the roster they have and the kind of names that roster carries, it's a title contention team by all means. They came in full force. Giants had a very rocking start, and once they were at 9 for 5 at the end of power play, and once they were in that kind of a situation, Karnataka Warriors was just gonna ease away with things. So I see that Amit didn't even get to bowl in that particular innings. Like, they were probably looking at providing and looking at future games and getting more opportunities in. So that score eventually from 9 for 5, they ended up scoring that 71. But again, like, while chasing, you can still say like the guys like Hitesh didn't come to bat, and this is kind of a very one-sided game as it went through. I would like to see Giants stepping up more. I feel like they can play more together as a unit and kind of improve from there. They are a good team. They have pretty good names, but probably different individuals coming from different teams put in together. They are probably not able to gel in that performance. Maybe might be one of the factors for them to work on for the future.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think when you said about Karnataka Warriors, also I think Kamal mentioned in a few of the episodes before that, he considered Amit as one of the best T-ball bowlers. The fact that he didn't even bat in this game. Hitesh is one of the best batsmen. He didn't even bat in this game. Shows how much depth they have. I think on the Giants side, like I said, it's a team which has players from little different from teams sometimes. So it'll probably take a couple more games to gel together. Hopefully, they have gel together in the next couple of weeks and give us a good performance.
And that's the problem, right? Like, you lose first few games, you're always staring down the barrel, like trying to qualify. So hopefully they can turn things around real quick.
Perfect. The next game we're going to be talking about is going to be the Royal Challengers Detroit versus the Braves. Royal Challengers Detroit getting the second win in 2 weeks, and sitting in the second top half of the table. So Jafar, what are your analysis on this game?
So this one, I think it was not a convincing performance from Royal Challengers Detroit, to be honest. Like, I think they are much more capable than what this game result turned out to be. They started a little rocky with the bat, like 13 for 4, then moving to 26 for 5. They kept losing wickets. Luckily, they ended up having a very small partnership between Rohan and Ganesh, which eventually helped. They eventually started having a good partnership between Rajat and Rutvik, which gave them a good score, followed by Hashwan chipping in as well. It eventually gave them a decent total on board, but for the caliber and for the kind of team they have, I would imagine they be much better in batting. Aman did really well as usual, with DP chipping in with 3 wickets as well for the Braves. They really had the RCD team in ropes for a while there. Again, like, for Braves to go on from here, right? Like, they're a very big team with a big heart. So I just wish, like, they grab their opportunities when it's on their side and kind of put the seal on the game right then and there, so they can start getting more wins on their belt. This was one such game where they could have done that, even with the batting order, right? Like, Amanveer is someone who can kind of dictate the pace of the game. Him being sent after 2-3 wickets, and especially when they were like 3 for 3, stuff like that, kind of makes it
pressure,
hard on him, like to take the game along. I would rather like to see him bat at number 3 or even open the batting for him to dictate the pace of the game, kind of take the best bowlers up. Yeah. So hopefully good win from RCD, but Braves could have pulled a shocker here.
No, I agree. I think I was following the game also. I have obviously a lot of friends in this game also. We're just following the game, and I think RCD will tell you the first to tell you that they probably should have done better themselves. Yes, they got the 2 points, but I think they hold themselves to a little bit higher standard, that they should have probably had a little bit more dominant win. Kamal, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so Braves did better than expectations for sure, especially with their bowling. So they did well throughout the innings. So DP added. For the second game, so he did terrific job. So in combination with Aman, they are able to restrict like 80 plus 85 is very achievable, especially with after the 2 runs declaration thing. So I was watching as well on the live, so to see how it goes. But one thing, it's always a disappointment with the Braves is they are batting right. So consistent batting order is always one thing they need to improve on. So one day they keep changing the order, which is the batsmen never get used to that position. So that is one of the key. Even if you see any international or very high level cricket, right? They define the fixed order, whether the success or failure, they need to fix it. So that way player can plan execute, if not one game, other game. If you keep changing, that never happens, right? So anyway, but yeah, in the end, it's a 13 runs defeat for Braves. At least they did come close to it. I think even the last over, they had an opportunity to, maybe if it is a big over of, I think last over they need, 14, 15 runs.
Yep.
So I think that means they were in the game till the end. So that's a good job for them on their part. Hope, their batsmen chip in and perform better from the next game. Yeah.
Agree. I think one of the other performances which you don't see on the scorecard is probably of Srihari. He bowled 3 overs, 2 of them were maidens. So I think that probably takes, when a team bowls 3 overs maidens in a 20-over game, it reduces, like it's a 17-over game now. So I think that probably put the pressure when they were chasing also. So yeah, good start for the Royal Challengers Detroit team in this tournament. 2 wins in 2 games, and hopefully they continue the form moving forward. The next game we're going to be looking at this week is going to be match number 21. It's going to be the Canton Fighters and the Hurricanes, with the Hurricanes getting a 14-1 victory on this one. Start with Jafar on this. What are your insights from this one?
So this one again, right? Like similar to RCD, like I think Hurricanes, even though they pulled out the win here, like I feel like they didn't play to their fullest potential, especially against another struggling team in Canton Fighters, who are always searching for those victories. Hurricanes, when they started like really shaky, like losing 2-3 early wickets, and then eventually they got that partnership between Prasad and Hari. But again, like to be batting someone like Saikat so lower in the order, it does not. I think he's more capable batter. He can always go up the order and get those runs if needed. So some decision makings may be there. Like for Canton Fighters, Uwais chipped in with a very good 4-wicket haul, which kind of put the pressure, but the other bowlers were not able to back him up. So that's where Canton Fighters were struggling with the ball and leaked too many runs at the beginning. While during the chase, they had consistent contributions from most of the players, so that was great to see. They were in the game. If only their bowlers had a little more backing, and they restricted the team to a lower score, because Hurricanes went all in with their bowling. They didn't try anything different, or they didn't take the chase lightly. They went all in with their actual 5 bowlers, and Canton Fighters still ended up scoring that 113, which shows that they have their batting sorted, but somewhere in the bowling, if they can add that 1 or 2 bowlers who can back up a spell like what Uwais did, like that might be the key factor for their getting those 2 points. So good win for Hurricanes, good start, but a long way to go for Canton Fighters and a lot of thinking to do.
Kamal, what are your thoughts on this one with the win for the Hurricanes?
Yeah, it's a good win for Hurricanes for sure. So Canton Knights is a really good team as well. yeah, Hurricanes did well, I think, this time. So I think main contributors there, Prashit, I think, continued from his last game, the good work. So Hari Pallava joined, the captain, with the useful contributions. And Saikat made that, the 30 important 15 ball 30 with the 200 plus strike rate, made that happen to 127. So I think those extra 15-20 runs is the difference, it seems, in the end. But Canton Fighters, yeah, seems like they did well with the bat. Coming close and lose by 14 runs is a good effort in the end. But yeah, I mean, I think Canton Fighters is a better team, are getting better for sure. I think they added a couple of guys, right? So so yeah, I mean, I'm sure they are one team. The positivity point of view, right? So they're one team. They surprise you as you move forward in the tournament. They always struggle to start with good results, right? But eventually they caught up and they start showing the other side of it. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Hurricanes have had two good wins. Canton Fighters, hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can see them, get a notch up a win and get their confidence high from there. So we're gonna be talking about. I think the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is we spoke about all the 8 games this week and. The points table. Let's take a look at the points table. Like I said, like the tournament moves pretty fast, to be honest. People don't realize it. Before you know it, it's already 3-4 games are done, and then you're like, oh, where are the teams ranking on the points table? Let's look at the challengers points table. I know some teams have not played a games yet, but we can have a little bit of talk about this. Jafar, where do you look at this points table, and what are your quick thoughts on this?
So the biggest surprise here is Troy Hawks, like for them to have stepped up from contenders and to be leading the table, and with 2 big teams as well, like 2 of the teams which they wouldn't have, I mean, outsiders wouldn't have fancied from taking them the win. So good to see Troy Hawks at the top of the table, and Thunderbolts, Phoenix Red, they would like to rub off this loss and reset things. They are both our champion teams. So don't write them off just yet. And I see Panthers and DMS there as well. DMS, they can be one of the playoff contenders along with the Panthers. So I wouldn't be surprised if this table turns around and the bottom 4 you see goes to the top 4.
Top in the next few weeks. Yeah. Okay, Kamal, any quick thoughts on this one?
Yeah, even though it's very early, but Troy Hawks winning 2 games out of 2. They did favors for themselves, right? So because top 2 finish is a great finish at the end of the league phase. So I think winning 2 is they did well there. Yeah, I mean the bigger challenges lies ahead. Fighters, I think they had a good start, but yeah, last game they were little off the thing. SSK came back strong after the first loss, so they are back on the points table. Thunderbolts, the first game, little bit of probably the here and there they're not sure about their combinations and all that stuff. They need to plan better, I guess, overall, and fix to that. And the Phoenix Reds, we all know how strong the team is. They'll come back strong for sure. DMS is yet to play a game, and Panthers, both are very good teams. I'm sure the challengers is going to be really exciting every game.
100% agree with that. I think challengers division, there's no game which is like a one-sided game. Every team has that potential that they can knock the other team out. I think there'll definitely be watch out for every game on that division at least. Moving to the contenders division, we're looking at the points table for the group A over here. Is there any team which stands out to you and you're like, okay, that is a surprise I didn't expect? I know it's still very early in the tournament, but any team which points out to you? Jafar?
Camden Knights is one. I think they are a more stable team than their first loss. But again, they just played one game, lost that game. So Keys with Krishna is a big surprise to be going to the top. Good to see a new team giving a run for the money for the other teams. So again, a little early in the tournament, but we'll keep looking at it, and good start for the top 5 teams here with the victories. I just hope this differences of top 5 with all wins and bottom 5 with no wins, it does not happen that way, and the table kind of spreads along. It's good for the tournament.
100% agree. Kamal, any big surprises in this?
It's again pretty early. So yeah, a couple of teams, right? I see Sluggers and Phantom Knights losing their first game. It's sort of other side of the result, but it's again too early. So yeah, I think the top whoever like Keith with Krishna with the 2 wins, they did really well. I think that gave them a good start, and also they're getting stabilized, right? Even though it's a new team, I think if you win first 2 games, that means they are on the jackpot. Like they got their combinations right, and I'm sure that gives confidence for them to go stronger and harder. Hurricanes is seasonal team, so Hari Pallava is there, their inspirational leader, and he's dedicated cricket lover. So Hari, yeah, I'm happy I see the 2 wins for them. So yeah, the rest of it, yeah, monsters, and yeah, they did well to achieve it. Yeah.
Perfectly, I agree. I mean, it's just too very early in the tournament to make some judgments based on this. But we'll give it a try for the Pool B also. For the contenders division, we see that there's 3 teams which have had 2 wins already and have 4 points to their name, with Karnataka Warriors and Spartans with a huge net run rate also. Any surprises in this pool for you so far that you're surprised by?
No, I think this one has gone the way with anticipation. No surprises in the results yet. I just hope Stingers would have played the game rather than forfeiting and come up with, because forfeiting is never a good thing for the tournament. So that will be a tough loss for them. 2 points that could have been a crucial one for them to look into the playoffs. But again, like apart from that, this table is kind of steadied. I just see it going through the same way. I don't see much changes along this table line, except for maybe Warriors. Maybe they have some way up to go. But apart from that, I think the table is pretty steady, and I kind of see this continuing this way.
What about you, Kamal? Is there anything pops out to
Yeah,
you
I
on
see a
this?
couple of teams, right? Probably Michigan Avengers. They're a good team than losing 2 games. They have probably they need to figure out a little bit of their bowling side of it. Then I'm sure they are. I expect them that is one of the qualification team, playoff qualification team. So other than that, like Twins has a good team. Warriors is a good team. So Braves and Michigan Mavericks, yeah, they need to fight hard. They need to improve a lot to be in the to be the playoff contenders. So yeah, otherwise the rest of the 8 teams, I think it's going to be close games in the top 8. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. I think like we guys covered all the games and taking a look at all the teams which played this week. Like I said, a lot of the games have been very close. The tournament is progressing very well in my opinion, with all high scores in some games, low scoring thrillers and everything. So we're gonna take a quick break over here. Like I mentioned earlier, I know a lot of the teams playing in this tournament have their own businesses and stuff. So we would love to have promote your business on this show with your ads and stuff. So on your screen you will see different things CricSwitch can provide for you and your team. We can have your ads run during our show. We can also have live streaming of some of your games with multiple camera angles, and we can have like a leg umpiring angle also for reviews and runouts and stuff, and also like a highlights package. So if you want to get involved with CricSwitch and you want to get some services for your games and stuff like that, please contact the number on the screen. Jafar will be able to help you with anything on that. So we're going to take a quick break over here, and be on the other side of this break, we're going to discuss the games which are going to happen this week. It's going to be 6 games this week, and we're going to go through them quickly and see what the experts think about their opinion on these games. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the other side. Hello guys, welcome back to the show, and we're going to continue with our show where as we know we try to talk about some of the games which are going to happen in the following week. We have some very good games coming up. Let's take a look at what the experts have to say about these games. The first game we have on this week's agenda is going to be Fearless 11 versus Canton Knights. I'll start with Kamal on this one. What are your thoughts on this game, and which way do you see this game going?
Fearless 11 versus Canton Knights. Canton Knights is my favorite. My prediction for to win. Fearless 11, if they do have full strength team like Devraj and Meet Patel and other players, right? So I'm sure they will give run for their money. But at this point, Canton Knights.
Canton Knights. What about you, Jafar? Which way are we leaning on this one, and any thoughts on this one?
Both teams coming off from losses, right? So they would like to put their first points on board. I'll be tilted more towards Canton Knights on this one. Purely, I feel like Fearless 11, even though they have a great bowling attack and everything, but I think their batting has just not quite adapted to the outdoor batting as of yet. They are a very good team batting indoors, but decent team batting indoors, but for the outside, I think they struggle more. So I think I'm going to tilt more towards Canton Knights. Just speaking on both teams' friends, right? I'd like to see Devraj stepping up more for Fearless 11. His more Usman Tariq action where he stops and delivers those faster ones. Those are something that Canton Knights should be wary of. And same thing, like spinner on the other side with Ayush Patel, coming in with his left arm spin, and he has been contributing well with the bat also these days, kind of rescuing Canton Knights from sloppy starts. So Maulik Patel playing might be a big factor as well, whether he plays or not. He didn't play the first game, so with that being said, I'll tilt towards Canton Knights. Let's see how it goes.
Perfect. I think like you mentioned, the two teams are coming off of a losses too. I don't know, team wants to start off with two losses, so there will be a little bit pressure on both the teams to get those first 2 points and get the 2 points on the board. So we're going to move on to the next game of this week. We have Keys with Krishna, who has already won 2 games out of 2 versus the Combans, which are going to be playing their second game this week.
So again, this is the opposite of that first game, right? Teams leading their respective table, one in the first and Combans in the second, with their first win. I think for this one, Subhash, as always, he has chipped in with the wickets in the first 2 games. For Keys to continue their good form, I think it'll be crucial for him and Mohan to be chipping in with the wickets again. They seem to kind of be little dependent on their bowling, so it'll be very crucial for them to chip in with their bowling, especially to a team like Combans, who are a free-flowing team, a new team who does not know the old rules of T-ball where you defend the ball too much, so they just go all in attack up front. And that being said, I expect Combans to lose a few early wickets, so that's where Nandagopal's role might be crucial with both bat and ball, for Nandagopal to be that one who rescues Combans to a decent score on board, as well as chip in with this fast bowling during opening the spell and take some early wickets against Keys. So my prediction for this one, I'm going to go with Combans.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Keys versus Combans, right? So my prediction is again with the Combans, like Jafar. The reason being Neil is there. So their batting point of view, they have some experience, and also their bowling is next level. They're a really good team bowling point of view, Combans. So that should give you hard time for Keys with Krishna, scoring this needed 100-run requirement. So that's where I think Combans has the edge with their bowling. So Combans.
Perfect. I think like I said, both teams are coming off of wins. Both of them are confident. So I think this will be a good to see. Hopefully it'll be a good close game, and we get a close finish to this game. So this is the game we're going to be having a prediction contest on. Like we said last week, 3 games out of we pick 3 games in which we try and ask you a question, and you guys can predict your answers, comment your answers in the comment section below, and at the end of the tournament we're going to have prizes up to $300 for you guys. So the first question of this week for you will be based on the game Keys with Krishna versus Combans. Are we going to see a 5-wicket haul in this game or not? Please comment yes or no in the comment section below, and you can mention question 1 or something like that, so we know what question you're answering to. So please go ahead and send us your comments. Will we see a 5-wicket haul in this game or not? And we will tally those answers and put you in the contest for the $300 cash prize. Moving on for the next game of the weekend, we have the Nizamabad Farmers playing the Canton Fighters. So I'll start with Jafar on this one. Which way are you think this one is going? Both teams definitely need a win. Which way this one is going?
Again, like both teams coming from 2 losses, very tough ones. They definitely will need some momentum going into the tournament. So an opportunity for one of the teams to put points on the board. So I'll be more tilted towards Nizamabad Farmers just because of their current form and couple of the names who play well in this team. Like again, like it always Nizamabad Farmers' fortunes, I feel like, kind of revolves around Suman's performance.
Yep.
With his keeping skills, with his bowling skills, with his batting skills, everything comes together. Like if he does well, Nizamabad Farmers does well. And for Canton Fighters, right, I'd like, they did a really good fight last time. I'd like to see them keep up that momentum with their batting the same way. With the bowling, like I'd like to see someone like Mortaza take more role. Like he was used very late in the attack last time. So I'd like to see him to be introduced more early, maybe even within the power play to get. He's a very good bowler who bowls that fuller deliveries, Yorkers really well. So him delivering those upfront, some couple of wickets might put pressure on Nizamabad Farmers. But yeah, like I'll go with Nizamabad Farmers on this one.
Kamal, which way are you going on this one?
I
So
go with
pressure
the-
game for both teams.
Yeah, I go with the Canton Fighters. The reason being their batting. So they are, this is one team, right? So initially they struggle, but slowly they come up to the task and they are sort of a the playoff contending team. So this is the time I think they start showing up there. So the batting, there is strength. And one reason Nizamabad Farmers struggling so far in this tournament is their batting. They're not at the scoring that enough runs thing. So I think as long as they struggle with the bat, it will be tough to defend. So that's the reason I go with Canton Fighters.
Perfect. We're gonna move on to the 4th game of this weekend. We have the Michigan Monsters versus the Michigan Knights. Another a clash of the big teams over here. So Kamal, which way are you leaning on this one, Monsters or Knights?
This is very close teams for sure. Both won a game, first game. So probably MI Monsters has an edge over MI Knights. My point of view, because a little bit of seasonal campaigners in MI Monsters. Otherwise it's going to be pretty close game. Yeah, MI Monsters.
Monsters, you're going with the Monsters on this one. What about you, Jafar? Just going with the Monsters or taking the Knights?
Let's spice it up a little bit, right? Like I'll go again the opposite. So
okay.
let me go with my MI Knights here, just to go against Kamal. Let's see which way it goes. Again, like the reason is it's a close game to call. Both teams have good players in caliber. Vivek Verma, a very good cricketing mind, tall, fast bowler, like with those in-cutters and stuff. Like I expect him to come to the party up against the MI Knights top order. Again, it might be very crucial for MI Knights to see whether Arun is available for the game and he plays or not. He has been in terrific form across different tournaments, so it might be very crucial for the MI Knights for Arun's performance and his take on the batting. So it's kind of, for me, MI Monsters bowling versus the MI Knights batting, which is going to define the show of this game. I'll go with the MI Knights. Let's see. It's a close game to call. So.
But yeah, I think like your point is definitely true that Arun has been in brilliant form throughout all different tournaments. So I think hopefully for Michigan Knights he plays, and for Monsters they would have to get him out early to make inroads into that batting order. So this is going to be the second question I have for you guys in this week's show. It's going to be based on the Michigan Monsters and the Michigan Knights team. The question for you is, which team's batter is going to have the highest individual score in this game? So you can comment, either Michigan Monsters or Michigan Knights in the comment section below, and you can enter the contest and go from there. So which team's batsman is going to end up with the highest individual score? So moving on to the remaining two games of this week, we have the contenders game for Sluggers versus the Detroit Chargers. The Detroit Chargers haven't played a game yet in this tournament. This is the first game they're playing versus the Sluggers, who had a loss in the first week and trying to bounce back from that. So I'll start with Kamal on this one. What are your thoughts on this one, Kamal? Sluggers versus the Chargers.
Sluggers is a good team for sure, but they need to put on the show. First game they were a bit disappointing, I guess. So I think they will come strong in this game. But Detroit Chargers have a really good team as well, right? So it's not going to be easy for Sluggers. So yeah, but I still go with Sluggers.
Sluggers. What about you, Jafar? Which way are you leaning on
So
this one?
this particular game, I expect some. I hope I'm proved right. But more runs to be scored. I think both the teams have like great caliber batting lineup in them. So that's where I feel like bowlers' key bowling performances might end up defining the game in a high-scoring game.
Okay.
Like someone who can come up with a 4 over 15-run spell might be crucial. That's what I feel like Anish can make the difference, chipping in with 2 or 3 early wickets against a team like Sluggers to break the batting lineup. And again, like the new ad, like with Kiran, and he's again like a
Seasoned
manages
captain,
he manages his team. He knows what he does. I just hope Sluggers uses him properly. Last time I think he didn't bowl, like he batted like number 4, number 5. He can be more efficiently utilized with both bat and ball, and give him more responsibility to kind of put in that factor in the middle, which kind of brings the batting and the bowling lineup together. So those are the two players I would pick to watch out for. But I'll go with Detroit Chargers on this one. Purely, I expect their top 3-4 players to score some heavy runs, and Anish to come with quick 2 or 3 wickets in the power play. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We're going to be looking at the last game of this weekend. We're going to be watching at the Panthers versus the Thunderbolts. Again, another team which hasn't started the tournament yet. Panthers is the first game for them, playing against the Thunderbolts, who are coming off of a loss to SSK. I'll go with Kamal on this one. Kamal, which way do you think this game is low going, and any thoughts on this one?
So based on the first game, the Thunderbolts did not well either bowling or batting. So I think they have they need to have a sort of a perfect week to make a win. So Panthers is a really good team, very positive team, strong team, bowling and batting point of view. So again, and a couple of new players added to the team. So again, based on the team, each team they come up with, that's where it's going to be. But I'll go with Panthers.
Panthers. What about you, Jafar? Which way are you going on this one?
So this one, on paper, I feel like Panthers are a very, very strong team. They were a strong team by itself, and I think due to several outside factors, they had a couple of players being added to the roster and last minute, and that just took them to a different level as far as on paper is concerned. But having said that, those big names coming in, I have a feeling that it might actually be a bad thing for Panthers.
Okay.
It might take the team ethos out of it. If you see what I mean, like they have been playing well, they have been doing well in tournaments. They have their core lineup.
Okay.
When those big names come in, like things might start revolving around them, and it can.
It's hard to gel as a team and new players come in.
Things taken away from the actual team approach. So that's where I feel Thunderbolts can chime in and kind of take it from them. Again, like I said in their match review from last week, I really wish they used Deepak Bhaskaran more effectively, more efficiently. He's a very good batter, like very good bowler. Like they opened the spell with him, but using him in key moments like up front might be the key rather than holding him off for the later overs. So, and even with the batting, right, like send him up the order, like utilize him for scoring that 10-15 runs, which might be crucial in the middle. So him along with Raghu are the key players for me. Like, so both of them chipping in. I feel after a tough start in Thunderbolts, I feel Vinod will be back in this game, and he probably will revolve his resources more efficiently to get them back and running in Michigan Cup. So I'll go with Thunderbolts. On this one.
Thunderbolts. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for your prediction. This is going to be the third question of this week for you guys in the prediction game for the the people watching. So this is going to be the Thunderbolts versus the Panthers game. Which team is going to have more boundaries in this game? Which team, either Thunderbolts or Panthers, let us know in the comment section, is going to score more boundaries in this game. Like I said, we have 3 questions. Please try and answer all these 3 questions for us. And at the end of the tournament, like we said, we have a prize for you up to $300 worth. So the last thing on this show I want to talk about, I think that's something we started last week also, we're going to try and do every week, is going to be like a team of the week situation with so many games going on. I think experts have tried to put together a team of the week. So let's take a look at your team of the week here, Jafar and Kamal, and please I think go ahead and explain your thought process behind this, and where do you think how you came up with this playing 12?
So 8 games, right? Like it was not as hard as last week, I would say. Like to pick the playing 12, it kind of picked it for themselves. Except for like a couple of spots, rest of it was kind of straightforward, with Ishwar having his performance, like his top score deserved to be there, and I would put him as the captain of the team as well. Ishwar to open with Saran, both of them a 75 and a 50 plus score, followed by Mustafa, Ravi and Soumit to seal that middle order spot, all of them with 50 plus score, and Soumit batting at number 5 with that kind of strike rate is going to be really hard, that can be a floater, right, option, and the all-rounders roundup in Abhilash, you make the team, and Saikat for his brilliant finish with 31 of 15 balls also cuts into the team as a batter more than an all-rounder, because if you see the batting stars, like Mustafa chipped in with wickets, Ravi Teja chipped in with wickets, so they are kind of considered all-rounders in this lineup. So they have this lineup comes in with 7 bowling options and very deep batting order as well, batting till number 8. Hashwin chipped in a really crucial role for Royal Challengers with both bat and ball, 2 wickets and 17 runs. So he makes the cut. And coming to the bowlers, it was pretty straightforward. Priyesh was the best bowler of the week with his 5-wicket haul, and then key performances from Uwais and Canton Fighters, and Kalyan again in SSK with that 4-wicket haul. Ishara Jayasuriya, he bowled a very tremendous spell up in the beginning of the game, taking 3 early wickets. So he makes the cut with the player of the match performance for Karnataka Warriors as well. So that rounds up the 12. I know there might be a couple of names who missed out, especially in the all-rounder slots, like Omer, and there were a couple of others who were considered, Hitesh, but again, their batting or bowling, one of them didn't step it up enough to make the cut, but sounds like a good team. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, looks like a very strong team. What about you, Kamal? Any thoughts on the playing 12 of the week?
If you see the 12, right, all are the man of the matches, most of them. And the second best in there as well, other than the man of the match. So batting, Ishwar, Saran, they're all scored 50s. So top of the order. So Mustafa for top 3, Ravi Teja. So I see all 50s happen for top 5, and especially Soumit with a very good strike rate. It just went on. Saikat and Abhilash is more of all-rounders. And then bowling, and it has a complete mix of batting and bowling, so it's just a good team. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I think like I said, in the 8 games versus 13-15 games last week, it's probably a little bit easier to pick the playing 12, but good job on those guys. So I think we're going to wrap up this show over here. I think one last thing I want to do is go over those questions for you fans. Again, we're watching this show. Let me bring up the questions of the week. I'm going to have 3 questions this week for you. Number 1 question is going to be with the Keys with the Krishna and versus Combines. Are we going to see a 5-wicket haul in this game? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is going to be in the game of Michigan Monsters and Michigan Knights, which team's batter is going to end up with the highest individual score? That's question number 2. And the question number 3 is going to be in the Thunderbolts versus the Panthers game, which team is going to score most boundaries? So these are the 3 questions for you guys. Pretty simple questions. So please go ahead on the link on this page. Please comment your answers, and like I said, please enter the contest to try and win prizes at the end of the tournament. We look forward to your answers. So thank you so much, I think Jafar, for taking the time to do this. I know this show probably went a little bit longer, so thank you so much for staying and taking the effort to look at all these games, analyzing each and every one of them. It takes time, so thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for being here. Any thoughts on the last thoughts on this one?
No, pretty much great 2 weeks so far. Rained out Sunday, so that's a little bummer. But looking forward for the 6 games this week and some great progress in the Michigan Cup. Yeah.
Perfect. Kamal, I know you've been here for this is the third week we are doing this. So what do you think? Any thoughts on the?
Yeah, I mean, tournament going on good progress so far, like a couple of weeks. We have a minor blip with the rain on Sunday. Otherwise, we could have been in the right on track. So we'll be rescheduling those games sometime, probably in July. So yeah, I mean, so far so good. I think things are slowly getting heat up because when it starts, teams gel and then start looking into the playoffs and things like that. That's where the real tournament starts. So I think this is still early indications so far. But yeah, I mean, I see a lot competitive games coming up. Yep.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, this is a wrap for week 3 of CricSwitch Match Point with me, Abhilash Reddy. And like I said, thank you so much for all the guests for being on the show. Thank you so much for the captain of Troy Hawks, Ajit, to be here also in the beginning of the show. And we're going to continue this next week, same time, same place. It's going to be 7 o'clock on Thursday. Next week, we'll see you guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.